The following is a paid advertisement for the Ionic Breeze Quadra from Sharper Image.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Hennessy, and today I'm going to show you how you can dramatically improve one of the most important aspects of your life. Now, I'm not going to talk to you about your weight or your appearance or your finances. Those are all important, but I want to talk to you about something much more basic, something that surrounds and sustains us 24 hours a day, every day of our lives. I'm talking about the air that we breathe.
Clean air can be the difference between living comfortably or being miserable. Sharper Image introduces the ultimate clean air solution. The patented Ionic Breeze Quadra cleans and circulates air without a fan or filters and is totally silent. Studies have proven the Ionic Breeze removes allergens such as pollen and animal dander. And amazingly, it even removes harmful airborne chemicals from carpeting, flooring, paint, and household cleaners. It powers through smoke and offensive odors and can leave your house smelling fresh and clean.
Now, wouldn't you agree that breathing fresh, crisp, clean air makes you feel healthier, full of energy, more alive? How clean and fresh is the air you're breathing right now? We all know about the dangers of smog and pollution in our cities today, but what about the air inside your home? That's right. According to the Wall Street Journal, the air inside can be up to 5 times more polluted than the air outside. That's scary. We filter our water. We try to be careful about what we eat. But what can we do about the air we breathe? Well, in the next few minutes, you'll learn how to get cleaner, fresher smelling air in your home with no fans, no filters, no fuss, and no noise.
For as long as I can remember, I wake up every morning with the stuffy nose, the itchy eyes from the allergies from the cats and the dander and the dogs, and it's something I just got used to living with, and I figured this is it. I love my pets, and I'll just put up with this and keep buying the nasal spray. Plugged in the Ionic Breeze, the next morning, I woke up and I went, I can breathe.
With the Ionic Breeze, I sleep like a baby. I don't wake up in the middle of the night sneezing due to the dust that is typically in the air. It's been great for me.
Since I've moved into my apartment, I am very sensitive to the air. I'm not sure what it is, but to the point where I get a tickle in my throat that wakes me up at night. Now, since I've gotten the Ionic Breeze, I sleep all through the night, and that is a relief.
Since the day it was first introduced, the Ionic Breeze has been the #1 selling product for Sharper Image. And now, it's the biggest selling product in their entire 25-year history. I recently had a wonderful opportunity to spend some time with the founder and genius behind all the products at Sharper Image, including the Ionic Breeze, Richard Thalheimer. An air purifier that cleans and circulates the air with no fan and no noise. I love the Ionic Breeze, Richard.
Thank you.
So tell me, what prompted you to first develop this product for the market?
Well, you know, we've sold air filters, other people's air filters, for about 20 years at the Sharper Image. People always want clean air. They want clean air for their homes primarily, but also for their offices.
Sure.
So it's a very important subject, but all of them had the same complaints. They usually had the complaints that they were sort of noisy,
Right.
or real noisy, depending upon the size of the fan involved. They had the complaint that the filters were a pain to buy. Right?
When you could find the filters.
You got to find them.
And they're expensive.
You could spend $100 buying a set of filters easily.
Right.
And then you had to store the filters until you're ready to change them. And then you had to figure out how to change them.
Right. A mess.
So along after 20 years, literally, came the technology to make this product. And this is a technology that we developed ourselves. And now we've perfected it so that it solves all those problems. It moves air, it filters air, and yet there's no fan, and you never have to buy a filter.
We live real close to the freeway, and there's a lot of dust in the air. And my husband and I both have problems with our sinuses. And since we had the Ionic Breeze, he doesn't wake up and sneeze in the morning, and I sure don't have my sinus problems, so it's been wonderful.
I live in the city, and they started doing construction around where I live. So I had to close my windows at night because they work through the night, and it made my room really stuffy and muggy and everything, and it made it hard to sleep all through the night because you keep waking up and that whole feeling. And so I put the Breeze in my room, and it was great. I woke up the next morning, and it was like, it was like nice and clean smelling in my room. It was wonderful.
And this is the latest version.
That's right. This is called Ionic Breeze Quadra. They're both great, but this one's even better.
Well, I love my Ionic Breeze. In fact, I've started sleeping with it next to my bed, and I was hesitant to do that at first because I thought, well, it's going to make a little bit of noise. It's absolutely silent.
Exactly. Well, that's the problem that everybody complained about. They want to use the air filter while they're sleeping. I mean, that makes sense, right? But they couldn't because the fan noise keeps you awake. So this solves that problem. It's absolutely silent, and yet it does clean the air.
Well, when you first told me that it was silent, I thought, okay, it's
Didn't
quiet.
believe it, huh?
I didn't.
Skeptical.
I was very, very skeptical. I thought it'll be quiet or more quiet than a regular air filter. And then I didn't hear it. So I know that it's absolutely silent.
I'll never forget the first time I turned it on, and I leaned in, I couldn't hear anything, virtually nothing. So how do I know it's working? The way my wife and I feel when we get up in the morning.
With the old days of the HEPA filter going on at night, it was such a struggle. I would use earplugs, I would use the wave machine, trying to drown out this noise. You cannot drown out this noise. With the Ionic Breeze, it's just such a joy to have peace and quiet.
You know, when you think about it, it seems physically impossible. How do you move air with no fan blades, no moving parts, no motor, and yet this product does it, and it's very powerful. Let me show you this demonstration. Come over here.
Let's go.
This is a sealed plexiglass chamber filled with smoke. I'm going to turn it on and watch this.
Okay. Wow. That's fantastic.
Isn't it? It really is.
Richard, that's amazing. I've never seen anything like that.
That's an actual demonstration. The actual time, just a few seconds, is all it takes.
But that one machine moved that much air that fast without a fan. It's like a magic trick.
And I can have my friends over, which I often do, have a card game, we'll smoke cigars. An hour later, my girlfriend comes home. She doesn't know. She has no idea how much fun we had in that house.
Oh, this is too good. Whoever these Ionic Breeze people are, they have made life too good for everybody.
Now, I know how great the Ionic Breeze works because I actually use one. But to find out just how it cleans and circulates the air without a fan, a motor, or a filter, let's go to Andrew Parker, one of the members of the outstanding Sharper Image design team.
The Sharper Image design team has put a huge amount of time and effort into this product. The technology is revolutionary, but the process is very simple. First, the Ionic Breeze positively charges the incoming air. Then the air is pulled toward the negatively charged grid, like a magnet. The positively charged contaminants attach to the collection grid, and then the cleaned air is accelerated into the room, creating a fresh, clean smell.
Dr. Barry Heller has been practicing emergency medicine for over 20 years. This is what he had to say about air purifiers.
We see a lot of people in the emergency department who have complaints of a stuffy nose, runny nose, their sinuses feel full, pressure, their eyes are itchy or watering, and I can't help but think that many of these people are simply having a reaction or a sensitivity to particles in the air, things like pollen or dust or dander, and anything that we can do to keep the air clear for these folks is certainly going to be a benefit for them and prevent some of these symptoms.
I'm allergic to everything out there. With the Ionic Breeze, I can live comfortably in my own home, and I know that I'm doing something good for myself and for my entire family.
Unfortunately, I have cat allergies, and my daughter has these 2 cats, so it's really made it difficult for me until she got the Ionic Breeze, and now I'm able to go over there, babysit, and have a great time with my grandchildren, and it's really changed our lives all the way around.
There are so many things in this life that we just can't control. But now, thanks to the Ionic Breeze, one of the most essential things can be one of the easiest to control. You can improve the quality of the air you and your family breathe. You can make the air in your home or office cleaner and fresher smelling, and you can do it without the expense, noise, or hassle of conventional air purifiers. Using an Ionic Breeze is one of the simplest ways to improve your life. Why not get started now?
According to the Wall Street Journal, indoor air pollution can be up to 5 times worse than the air outdoors. Clean air can be the difference between living comfortably or being miserable. Sharper Image introduces the ultimate clean air solution, the patented Ionic Breeze Quadra. Exclusive Xeneon technology cleans and circulates air without a fan or filters and is totally silent. Here's how it works. First, the Ionic Breeze positively charges the incoming air. Then the air is pulled toward the negatively charged grid like a magnet. The positively charged contaminants attach to the collection grid, and then the cleaned air is accelerated into the room, creating a fresh, clean smell. Cleaning takes only minutes. Just pull out the collection grid, wipe it with a damp cloth or sponge, and slip it back in. It's that simple. Studies have proven the Ionic Breeze removes allergens such as pollen and animal dander. It even removes airborne bacteria and some harmful chemicals from carpeting, paint, and household cleaners. It powers through smoke and offensive odors and leaves your house smelling fresh and clean. Don't be misled by the prices of other filters. Over 5 years, hidden costs of filter replacements and electricity can add up to over $1,000. The Ionic Breeze Quadra requires no filters and uses almost no electricity. A guarantee is only as good as the company behind it. Sharper Image offers a 60-day return privilege. We think you'll be able to tell a difference in your air within the first hour. But try it in your home for 2 months. If you don't love it, send it back. Sharper Image will give you a full refund. And for cleaner, fresher smelling air in your bathroom, Sharper Image will send you a free bathroom Ionic Breeze. This compact plug-in doubles as a nightlight and delivers the same technology to help make even a dirty bathroom smell fresh and clean. The powerful $69 bathroom Ionic Breeze is yours free when you order today. And that's not all. Call now and be sure to ask about free shipping.
Call 1-800-430-8333. Help eliminate chemicals, allergens, and odors with the Ionic Breeze Quadra. That's 1-800-430-8333.
Richard, I know the Ionic Breeze works just wonderfully because I've got one right next to my bed, and I can tell that it's actually cleaning and circulating absolutely silently.
Here we've got a great demonstration of that silence.
All right.
Here's an older unit that one of our customers actually gave to us. And I got this microphone here so you can listen to the sound of it. Turn it on high.
I'll just turn it on. Wow.
It's a roar, huh?
I don't want that next to my bed.
Now here's a newer model. Try this one on high.
Okay. I couldn't sleep with that in the room, let alone next to my bed.
That's a big noisy unit. Now try this Ionic Breeze Quadra. I'll put it on high.
Turn it on.
It's on. You can feel the air coming out.
No.
Put the mic up there. Dead silence, huh?
I can't hear a thing.
Isn't that amazing?
Even with my ear close up to it, I can't hear a thing, but I can sure feel it.
With a HEPA filter at night, you could not get rid of the noise. I don't care what you do, you cannot get rid of the noise.
When I plugged it in at home, my kids couldn't believe it was working because they couldn't hear any noise, but they felt the breeze coming from it, and within minutes, the air was fresher, it smelled cleaner, so we could tell it was working.
Because I am the lightest sleeper in the world, I think. Any noise, a pin drop will wake me up. I didn't hear one click out of this thing, nothing. And so I was very happy about that because you do not want to wake me up. So that was nice.
Of course, once you've tried the Ionic Breeze at home, you might want one for the office, too.
Like a lot of people, I work in an office with windows that don't open. And you get that stuffy, confined feeling. But since I brought in the Ionic Breeze, I feel like I have fresh air all day in my office. And I know I'm more productive because I feel so much better.
Now we can leave the Ionic Breeze on, and everyone can eat whatever they want. I don't have to ban garlic from people's lunches, and things work out.
I would never work in an office with windows that don't open without the Ionic Breeze again. It makes all the difference in the world.
Let's address the issue that's one of the biggest complaints about other products, and that is these filters.
Filters, okay.
Buying them, changing them. Here's an older unit. We're going to show you how this filter changes.
Okay.
You want to try opening that?
Sure.
It's hard, isn't it? Let me do it for you. Watch this. There's quite a bit to do here. So first you undo this.
Okay.
Takes a second. Now watch this. I'm going to pull this out for you. This is a couple of pieces that sort of come apart.
Uh-huh.
So you got one filter here.
Okay.
Got another filter inside.
All right. Oh, they're huge.
They're big and, in this case, expensive.
All right.
Now, here's a newer version. Same problem. I'm going to open this here. Watch this now. Take this out.
Right.
This filter here is about every 6 months you got to change.
You change this filter when you can get it out every 6 months.
And then you got two more pieces here. This outer one is like every 3 months, and the inner one's like every year, every 18 months.
6 months, 3 months, a year.
So it's a lot of work and a lot of material.
Wait a minute. This is And they would all be dirty.
They'd be filthy.
Okay, this is way too messy and way too complicated. I've been known to run my vacuum cleaner for months with the bag full, and I don't think I've ever changed my water filter. I don't even want to know what's going on in there. So I bet a lot of people probably forget to change their air filters.
Well, they do. And you know, Carolyn, if they forget to change the filters, then these units don't even do what they're supposed to do. We eliminated all those parts completely.
The HEPA filters. Once you have this HEPA machine, then you're dealing with these filters constantly. You have to change them, you have to clean them, you have to take the whole machine apart to get to them, not to mention the cost of replacing these filters constantly. With the Ionic Breeze, you just lift out the grid, clean them off with a damp cloth, and that's it. I will never, never deal with those HEPA filters again.
Changing the filters is not a problem. I'm an engineer. I could do that. The problem was locating the filters. We went all over the place, and it was just a big hassle.
We barely have time to get groceries, let alone running around to buy a filter. And the Ionic Breeze has been wonderful that way. Just every couple weeks, I wipe it off, and it's good to go.
Call me lazy, but if there were bags and filters and things that you had to do to use this, I'd never do it. With this, you pull it out, swipe, 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 it's clean, it goes back in, and that's it. The Ionic Breeze is a breeze.
Now look at this. There's a comparison.
Okay.
Here you just simply pull out the collection grid, take a damp sponge.
And that's all it takes. That is so simple.
There's nothing to take apart or put back together. You just snap the unit in when you're done, and that's all there is to it.
And there's nothing to buy.
It's so much easier.
It's so simple. The light comes on. That means all you have to do is pull it out and wipe it off, put it back in, and that's it. I mean, that's good for me. I got other things to worry about besides that, you know, so that makes it real simple.
All I have to do is lift the thing out, clean the things off, put it back in. Very easy.
So I pulled out the rods, and there was some black stuff on. I don't know what it was. Never saw anything like that floating around in my room, but they were on the rods, and I just thought, oh my gosh, I'm breathing that stuff in. If I didn't have this in here, I'm breathing that in. That's in my lungs. And it was just like, I couldn't believe it.
It just makes sense that if people are sensitive to things in the air like pollen or dust or dander, that an air filter or air purifier that decreases those particles in the air may make them more comfortable.
It took out all the dander, whatever the odors are, whatever it was that had been plugging my nose up, and it made a new person out of me.
With the Breeze, I feel healthier. I really do. I sleep better, and the air is cleaner.
These days, I wake up refreshed, clear, and full of energy. And I know it's because of my Ionic Breeze. Shouldn't you try it out and see how great your air can be? We think you'll be able to tell a difference in the first 60 minutes, but go ahead and use it in your own home for a full 60 days. Then, if you're not completely satisfied, just return it for a full refund. It's backed by the Sharper Image, so there's no risk. Shouldn't you take that first step towards providing your family with cleaner, fresher smelling air? Well, here's your chance. So go ahead and pick up the phone.
According to the Wall Street Journal, indoor air pollution can be up to 5 times worse than the air outdoors. Clean air can be the difference between living comfortably or being miserable. Sharper Image introduces the ultimate clean air solution, the patented Ionic Breeze Quadra. Exclusive Xeneon technology cleans and circulates air without a fan or filters and is totally silent. Here's how it works. First, the Ionic Breeze positively charges the incoming air. Then the air is pulled toward the negatively charged grid like a magnet. The positively charged contaminants attach to the collection grid, and then the cleaned air is accelerated into the room, creating a fresh, clean smell. Cleaning takes only minutes. Just pull out the collection grid, wipe it with a damp cloth or sponge, and slip it back in. It's that simple. Studies have proven the Ionic Breeze removes allergens such as pollen and animal dander. It even removes airborne bacteria and some harmful chemicals from carpeting, paint, and household cleaners. It powers through smoke and offensive odors and leaves your house smelling fresh and clean. Don't be misled by the prices of other filters. Over 5 years, hidden costs of filter replacements and electricity can add up to over $1,000. The Ionic Breeze Quadra requires no filters and uses almost no electricity. A guarantee is only as good as the company behind it. Sharper Image offers a 60-day return privilege. We think you'll be able to tell a difference in your air within the first hour. But try it in your home for 2 months. If you don't love it, send it back. Sharper Image will give you a full refund. And for cleaner, fresher smelling air in your bathroom, Sharper Image will send you a free bathroom Ionic Breeze. This compact plug-in doubles as a night light and delivers the same technology to help make even a dirty bathroom smell fresh and clean. The powerful $69 bathroom Ionic Breeze is yours free when you order today. And that's not all. Call now and be sure to ask about free shipping.
Call 1-800-430-8333. Help eliminate chemicals, allergens, and odors with the Ionic Breeze Quadra. That's 1-800-430-8333.
Okay, this looks like fun. This looks like a science project.
It does. Well, this is interesting. This is a watt meter. A watt meter measures electricity. I'm going to turn on this unit here, which quite frankly is one of the best on the market. And we'll see what kind of power consumption this one's using.
A watt meter measures how much electricity something uses.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just like a light bulb.
Okay.
We'll see what kind of watts this consumes.
Okay.
And you see it's showing about 121 watts of electricity.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to turn that off and turn on the Ionic Breeze Quadra.
All right.
And you notice this one uses quite a bit less electricity because we've designed it to be very energy efficient. So it's running here about 9 watts of electricity.
So this unit is using
About
approximately
10 times. Isn't that amazing?
Over 10 times more than that unit.
It is, and let me show
Okay.
you what that looks like visually.
All right.
Let's turn the lights down just a little bit. I've
Okay.
got 2 light bulbs in here. So these sort of represent the power consumption of each unit. This
Okay.
here is a little 15-watt bulb.
That's a little night light.
That's actually more electricity than the Quadra uses.
Okay.
Now let me show you a 120-watt floodlight,
All right.
which is about the same as this unit. And I should say, this is honestly one of the best HEPA filters on the market.
All right.
Okay, watch this.
Oh.
Now that's a lot of light. And you know, interestingly, there's units on the market that use twice the power that this one does.
And you wouldn't want to run this 24 hours a day, but some people run that 24 hours a day.
Well, if they did, they'd be using literally about $100 a year more in California to run than this.
So, 5 years,
$500.
roughly $500.
The difference.
Okay.
Okay. Throw in the filters, and over 5 years, you're talking another $650 to $700.
$1,100, $1,200.
That's right. Well over $1,000 of difference between this unit, and this is one of the best. Let's put it this way. You can run every one of these Ionic Breezes over here for less electricity consumption than what it takes to run this one HEPA filter right here.
That's enough for my whole neighborhood. And see, this isn't something that I really ever take into consideration when I buy a product. I just look at the purchase price, take it, and go. I don't think about how much it's going to take to maintain something like that.
Isn't that the truth?
Really?
I can leave it on all day, all night, and just let it run continuously, and it hardly uses any energy at all, which is amazing to me when you consider what a great job that it does.
There are 2 big reasons why people love the Ionic Breeze. Number 1, well, that's obvious. It's completely silent. Number 2, it makes the air in your house smell great.
I have cats, and with the Ionic Breeze, I've noticed a difference in there's no cat box odor, which is great because there's nothing worse than cat box odor.
There definitely is a diaper smell in our baby's room. And as many gimmicks as we've bought that have tried to contain the diaper smell, it really doesn't. And what's been wonderful about the Ionic Breeze is that that's actually gotten rid of the diaper smell completely.
You know, I entertain a lot. I have a lot of large dinner parties, and the biggest problem has always been what to cook vis-a-vis the odor. Can I have fish? Can I afford to have shrimp, knowing how it's going to smell afterwards? Corned beef and cabbage? Now I finally can, because I've noticed with the Ionic Breeze, the kitchen smells fresh and clean, no cooking odors.
I love to cook, and I love to cook with garlic and onions and peppers and things that usually make my apartment stink for days. With the Ionic Breeze, it's not an issue.
Now, let's see how it works in one of LA's busiest restaurants, Tony P's in Marina Del Rey.
In here, we have a 50,000 CFM hood that gets rid of the smell. Out in the dining room, we got a little thing called the Breeze. We built this dining room with huge picture windows, but they don't open. That's our biggest problem. You can have a party with shrimp stir-fry with garlic and peppers and barbecued ribs, and turn around 2 hours later, have a party for tea sandwiches and Cobb salads. And the biggest thing you don't want to happen is when you're bringing the next party in with the tea sandwiches, that they're smelling the rib party before. So I'm happy to say that with the Breeze, you can bring them in, the air's fresh, clean, it smells like it does outside, and the customer's happy, and you don't get off on the wrong foot, because the first impression is everything.
The Ionic Breeze is so sleek and streamlined. It can be tucked away in any room in your house and look beautiful. And all the while, it's silently cleaning and freshening your air. Plus, it's so lightweight, I can pick it up and carry it anywhere in my home. I can barely even lift most other air filters. I just think the Ionic Breeze is brilliant.
My wife and I just did some remodeling, renovating of our house, and we were both very scared because we both have terrible allergies. And we were so worried that when we stained the floor in the kitchen and the family room, that it was just going to be a horrible 3 or 4 days for us, because we've been through this before, like I said. So it was wonderful, because that night we put the Breeze in there, closed up the doors, came back the next morning, and the smell was all but gone. I mean, we were happy.
Richard, you must be so proud of the Ionic Breeze.
Well, I am. When this technology came along and we had the opportunity to develop it exclusively for the Sharper Image, I knew this was a tremendous advance.
When the windows are closed to my apartment, the air feels thick and stagnant. When I had the Ionic Breeze on, the air felt fresh. It felt like I had the windows open.
With the Breeze, I don't see the dust anymore. I really don't.
And it was like somebody came through with an invisible broom and swept everything away. I couldn't believe it.
So my parents don't know it yet, but I'm definitely taking the Breeze back with me to college.
This is your last chance to order the Ionic Breeze Quadra and find out for yourself what life is like when you breathe cleaner, fresher smelling air. And remember, there's absolutely no risk with a 60-day return privilege because it's backed by the Sharper Image. So don't miss out on this wonderful opportunity to do something good for yourself and your family. Pick up that phone and call now. You'll breathe a lot easier.
Exclusively from the Sharper Image, the patented Ionic Breeze Quadra cleans and circulates air without a fan or filters and is totally silent. Studies have proven the Ionic Breeze removes allergens such as pollen and animal dander. It even removes airborne bacteria and some harmful chemicals from carpeting, paint, and household cleaners. It powers through smoke and offensive odors and leaves your house smelling fresh and clean. Cleaning takes only minutes. Just pull out the collection grid, wipe it with a damp cloth or sponge, and slip it back in. It's that simple. Through this exclusive offer, Sharper Image will send you a free bathroom Ionic Breeze. This compact plug-in helps even dirty bathrooms smell fresh and clean 24 hours a day. The $69 bathroom Ionic Breeze is yours free when you order today. Call now and be sure to ask about free shipping.
Call 1-800-430-8333. That's 1-800-430-8333.
Call me lazy, but if there were bags and filters and things that you had to do to use this, I'd never do it. With this, you pull it out, swipe, 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 it's clean, it goes back in, and that's it.
I would never work in an office with windows that don't open without the Ionic Breeze again. It makes all the difference in the world.
Stuck it in the closet where the cat box is. Got rid of the kitty odor in like 7 minutes, if it even took that long. I absolutely couldn't believe it.
For something to be working, you assume that it should be making like this big, loud noise. This makes no noise. It's silent.
And within minutes, the air was fresher, it smelled cleaner, so we could tell it was working.
This is John Anthony, the love of our lives. There isn't anything that we wouldn't do for him. And we love the Ionic Breeze in his room. It's made a big difference.
The preceding was a paid advertisement for the Ionic Breeze Quadra from Sharper Image.